Thanks for joining us here at Functional Bliss, where Audra and Jessica will guide you through exercises and wellness techniques to help you live your best life every day. It's in the name, after all, Functional Bliss. Before you do anything else, click like and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll know whenever we put up a new video. To join our Blissful Gang for live Zoom classes where you can get more direct suggestions and encouragement, go to our website and sign up. Check the class description below for any equipment needs, grab your gear, and let's get started.
Grab your cushion for your knees. We are starting. We're starting sitting on our butts. Happy Monday to us all. All right. So come down into a seated position, sitting on your butts. And we're just going to start with some seated windshield wipers. So sit yourself down, feet wherever you like them to best. I'm going to lean back just a little bit and then just start to swish your knees side to side. Really just creating some hip mobility right now. So we just want to start to loosen up the thigh bone in the hip socket. And then kind of notice here, like, how does your back feel? How do your hips feel? How do your knees feel? If it feels good to do so, you'll start to step your feet just a little bit wider, maybe taking it into a little bit more of those shin boxes or 90-90s. And then you might choose to come a little bit more upright in your seated position, maybe release your hands so that most of the work is coming down from the bottom half of the body. When I do my 90-90s on my mat, I find that I tend to scooch my butt forward for whatever reason. So if your butt gets to crawl into the front end of your mat, just scoot yourself back. We've got 12 seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, next minute of work. We're going to set one leg nice and long. Bring your other foot across. So it's going to be a figure 4 position with the leg, but it's more about having access to holding onto your foot. So you're going to take your thumb or your 4 fingers. You are going to push into the arch of your foot. We're going to press and hold. So we want to put a good amount of pressure on the arch of the foot, and then we're going to start to move the big toe up and down. Now the other 4 toes can move with, but focus on moving the big toe. We're going to be 30 seconds here. The entire time you're going to keep that good firm pressure on the arch of your foot. Move specifically the big toe, the other 4 toes can move. And if you can help it, make sure that it's not like your whole ankle and foot moving. So just moving the big toe specific, all the other toes as just a little add-on if they're just moving with. We got 10 more seconds left. Okay, take a moment, release that foot, give your toes a little twinkle, and then we're switching to the other side. So get your figure 4 first, and then you're going to hold on either thumb or 4 fingers. That's just whatever handhold works better for you. But we want to apply a little bit of pressure into the arch of the foot. Keep that pressure. And now we're going to start to move that big toe. Big toes moving up and down. Other toes move just as an accessory movement. Twelve seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, we're going to take it. This next warm-up minute, it's going to be legs nice and long. It's going to be a roll down. You'll slide your feet in. You're going to do a hip bridge, and then you're going to do that pendiculation or big good morning stretch. Then you'll reach out nice and long and then roll back up. I wanted to make sure I said all those words, and then I'll show you what we're doing. So legs nice and long. You're going to curl the tailbone under, roll all the way down. Arms are going to lift up and overhead. Slide your feet in. Do a little hip bridge. Lower your arms down, get that nice pendiculation, reach, and then as you exhale, roll back up into that roll up. We got 1 minute on the clock. We want to try to get all of those moves in. So we roll down nice and slow and controlled, arms up and overhead, slide the feet in, do your little hip bridge, lower your butt, slide your legs out, pendiculate, reach like you're doing that big good morning stretch, and then as you exhale, roll your way back up, and maybe you reach past your toes, but maybe you bend your knees to reach past your toes. You're already halfway there. 3 seconds left. And then the next time you come down into a supine position, stay there. And now we're going to take it into 20 seconds of pelvic tilt. So knees bent, heels close to the butt, feet about hip width distance apart. We're going to press the low back into the ground, tilting the pelvis, and then release to the natural curve of your back. So the first 20 seconds of work, just a pelvic tilt. Pressing your low back down. So we want to decrease that space in your back connected to the floor, and then come back to the natural curve of your back. Now, what that looks like might look a slight different variation on each body. So just go where you feel the strongest. 5 seconds left. All right, now find a place where your belly feels firm. And now we're going to start some alternating toe taps with both feet on the ground. So one leg is going to lift and then the other. Find a good gentle pace. It doesn't need to be quick. We want to stay more like we're in control of the movement. You may be happy here, but if this is feeling good, now you're going to lift both legs up, keep them up in that reverse tabletop position, and then take your alternating toe taps here. Same principle though. We want to keep that belly slightly firm. Nice job. 10 seconds left. And time. Nice job. Okay, both feet on the ground. Now we're going to take it into our hip bridge with that triple butt squeeze at the top. But if you want to, grab your theraband or your hand weight. So whichever you prefer. If you're going theraband, you're going to load it across your hips and keep the theraband pinned down. You're going to lift up, squeeze, but the triple squeeze at the top is what we're shooting for. So when you come up into your hip bridge, you're going to squeeze, don't release it. Keep squeezing again, keep squeezing again. And then once you fit that end of that third squeeze, try to maintain that squeeze and lower down. We've got 1 minute on the clock. You're going to take the work at your pace. If you're not interested in that squeeze, just hip bridges at a dynamic pace might be nice. So find the work that makes the most sense to you this morning, loaded or holding that theraband to create that nice resistance and tension. Lift up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Try to hold that squeeze as you lower down. Nice job. Five seconds left. And time. Nice job. Okay, move your hand weights, move your theraband out of the way. Now we're going to take those legs back into that reverse tabletop position. Right hand's going to hold onto the back of the thigh. The thigh's going to push into the hand. The hand's going to resist. Left hand's coming behind the head. We're going to get a slight curled up position. We're going to hold that tension there. And now the left leg is going to lift up and down. So your right thigh is pressing out into your hand. Your hand is creating resistance. Belly is nice and firm. We got 30 seconds on this side, and then we're going to switch our handhold and switch our leg. So keep that work going. We're slightly curled up. That right thigh is pressing into our hand. Our right arm is nice and engaged. Beautiful work. Ten seconds left on this side. All right, when you're ready, switch. Bend that left knee, right leg is kicked up, right hand behind the head. We keep that curled up position. Left thigh is pressing into the left hand. The left hand creates a resistance. We kick that right leg up and down. We got 30 seconds of work here. Nice and steady work. You guys look amazing. Nice job. 5 seconds left. And time. Beautiful. Okay, we're rolling onto one side and we're taking it right into some side leg lifts. So flip onto one side, legs are going to be slightly long, and think maybe like a 45-degree angle with the body. We're going to lift the top leg up, toe and knee are going to stay pointing forward. So it's not about going for like big kicking height so much as nice, good control. And we want to feel like the work is coming out of the side of our butt. So think gluteus medius, gluteus minimus, up and down, a nice slow and even pace. Upper body stays nice and stable. We brace the shoulder. We keep the ribs lifted. If you want a little bit more here, grab a hand weight, load up at the thigh. You could also put your looping resistance band on. Twenty seconds left. Woo! And time. Nicely done. Okay, bend your knees. Now we're going to stay with this nice upper body position so it's nice and stable. Lift the top leg up, keep that bent knee position, and now we're going to drive the top knee forward and back. We got 30 seconds of work here. I say 30 seconds, that's a lie. We have 1 minute of work here. Kicking that knee forward, pushing the knee back. Try to keep the upper body nice and stable. Option to add a weight here if you feel like you're not getting enough good work. But for me, my glute med and my glute minimus, they are always working hard. I never even need to load them up and they're working hard for me. Halfway there. Nice job. 10 seconds left. You got this. Ooh, and time. Okay, staying on this side, but now we're going to come up into a kneeling position. So you're going to come up into a hand down, knee down position with the leg out. So think knee down side plank, hand to the hip, hand in the air, hold on to a hand weight. That's going to be up to you. This one is 30 seconds. We got 30 seconds lifting the leg up, touching the leg down, and then we'll switch the work at the 30-second mark. So just for now, stabilize in that side plank position, lift your leg up, touch your foot down. Nice job. Okay, next time that leg lifts up, hold it there, hand behind the head. Hold that nice steady position. And now see if you can kick that foot forward and back. Nice, slow, steady, even work. Doesn't matter how high your leg is. We want to keep the upper body nice and stable. Press down into that standing arm. Kick your foot forward, kick your foot back. We got 15 seconds left. You got it. Woo, and time. Nicely done. Okay, we're flipping over to the other side. So come around in the way that makes the most sense to you. Once you're down on the ground, it's going to be that elbow and forearm supported position, legs about 45-degree angles. Lift the top leg up, lower it with control. We got 1 minute of work here. Nice, slow, even pace. Keep that upper body nice and strong, shoulder nice and braced. Nice job. You're already halfway there. I should say option to come down lower into that lying position if you just want that bigger height in your kick, but it's really about the control of the muscles in the butt rather than about the height of your kick. 15 seconds left. Nice job. Bend your knees. Take a second, take a breath. And now we're moving right into those lifted clams, driving the knee forward and back. So upper body is going to stay as stable as it can. You're pushing the knee forward, pushing the knee back. Keeping the leg lifted the whole time. But if you need to put it down, or if you'd rather just stay with those leg lifts, keep the bent knees. You've got the work that makes the most sense to you. Nice job. You guys look so calm and steady. My glutes are like, ah, 25 seconds left. Five seconds. You got this. Woo, and time. Nicely done. Okay, now we're coming up into that knee down side plank position. So if you need to cushion your knees, take a second to do it. Find that side plank position, hand to the hip, and now we're going to start with that leg lift. So we're lifting the foot up, touching the foot down. Now you might find that by now you're pretty fatigued and you just want to stay in that side plank position, working the side body. But if it feels good to do so, lift it up, touch it down. We got 30 seconds of work here. All right, now the next time the foot stays lifted, stay there, kick the foot forward and back. Arm can be up in the air, arm can be on the hip. You can grab a hand weight and load up any bit of work that helps you get the work that you need this morning. Two seconds left. Woo, saved by the bell. Okay, lower that leg down. We're taking it right around into a tabletop position and we're moving into a coordinated crawl. So same opposite hand, opposite foot in that nice coordinated motion. If you feel like just a simple crawl with the knees on the ground doesn't feel like enough for you, you're going to pick up your knees and hover the whole time. But left hand, right leg are going to move forward in the same position. Right leg, left hand, come all the way to the front end of your mat and then crawl backwards. We've got 1 minute on the clock. Do the work that makes sense. A hovering table is going to get your core to kick on a little bit more. It's going to work all the muscles a little bit more, so you have to support them with your body strength. Knees down. We're working more of the back muscles and the brain muscles. So we're working opposite the muscles, the back spine working, central nervous system working, and the brain working. You're already halfway there. Light sense of firmness in the abdomen as if somebody's going to come in for a tickle. So you want to keep that bit of firmness in your center. 10 seconds left. And time. Nice job. Okay, now we're going to take our theraband. We're going to tuck our theraband behind the bend of our knees. It's going to be a tabletop position to a down dog position. So we're going to take the tail ends of our theraband, hold them nice and secure with your hands, keep them pinned down to the ground. Knees are locked behind in that bent knee position. And now we're going to push into the theraband, lift up into that upside down V, lower, nice and slow and controlled. We've got 1 minute on the clock. If having the theraband behind your knee for whatever reason creates too much pinching, leave that part off. But if it feels okay to be there, we do want to create that bit of resistance and push firmly into the TheraBand as we lift our butt up. And then we don't want the TheraBand to snap us back down to the ground. So we want to lift up and press, lower back down with control. Yes, nice work. Ten seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, we're coming up to a standing position. We're going to take our TheraBand with. We're going to load up with TheraBand and hand weights if you feel cool with it. One or the other will suffice. We're going to do a deadlift with our hand weights with our TheraBand. So you're going to take your TheraBand, step into the bottom of your U-shaped loop, both feet on, feet about hip width distance apart. Micro bend your knees. Once you've got your position set up, grab your hand weights, choke up on your TheraBand just as much as feels good. So we want to come up and down with a good bit of resistance. Bend your knees, hip hinge, heart comes forward, press into your feet to come up into that upright standing position. We got 1 minute on the clock. Take the work at your pace, create as much tension as you can with your TheraBand, and loaded or unloaded, just that's up to you. Where are you at this morning? As you press into your feet and come all the way up, give a little squeeze of your butt at the top, release, and then hip hinge. You got it. Nice job. Nice form. You guys look amazing. Beautiful work. Now we do want to do that little double chin if we can, so that we keep our head in line with the spine. So think head, heart, hips, and heels all come together as we come right up at the top and give that squeeze of our butt. Nice job. And time. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to set our weights off to the side, but we do want to use our TheraBand, and you'll just go with your own adventure if you're not in the mood for your TheraBand anymore. So we're going to keep it under our feet, but now crisscross the tail ends. Keep a little tension there. We're going to sink into a little squatted position, and then we're going to start to side step. So we're going to keep and hold that tension with our hands pulling upward. Do 3 side steps in one direction, 3 side steps in the other direction, keeping that nice low squatted position the whole time if you can, with as much tension on that band as you can stand. So we feel like we're pushing out from the sides of our thighs. Yes, nice job. You're already halfway there. Ten seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, step out of your TheraBand, set it off to the side, clear your mat so you have plenty of space to move. We're going to take it into a jog forward and back. So we're going to start just to find that nice, I said jog forward and back, but it's just a jog backwards, jump at the end of your mat, jog yourself backwards, jump the other way. We got 1 minute on the clock. I'm going to learn to read my own notes, jogging backwards only. Take it to the end, do a little jump, turn yourself around, do a little jump. If jogging for you is not in your wheelhouse this morning, you're going to do a nice intentional step, landing toe ball heel, working backwards through your feet, So find the work that makes the most sense to you this morning, whether it's working through the bottoms of your feet or getting just a little bit of cardio in, and then jogging backwards is just good for our knee health. Nice job. And time. Okay, now we're going to take it into a skipping forward and back. So we're going to add that little bit of a hop, but now we're going forwards and backwards. So we're going to skip forward, skip backwards. We want just that push off of the feet. So we want to keep our toes, our feet, and our ankles nice and bouncy, nice and springy. So find that skipping pattern. Pick up one knee, give a little hop, pick up your other knee, give a little hop. You've got it. Nice job. Heart rate's going to get up just a little bit. If you're feeling like that's a little much for you this morning, you're going to keep it a little bit lighter. Low on the energy, you're just going to give a little pop of the heel. So we still want to find that bouncy springiness in our feet, our toes, and our ankles. You've got it. Nice job. 20 seconds left. And time. Beautiful. Okay, keep walking. Grab your theraband. We're going to take it into air squats with a little bit of a tug at the chest. So grab your theraband, just about shoulder width distance apart. Keep that nice little bit of tension. Squat, arms raise up, come back down, arms in front of the chest. That's all you got to do. A nice dynamic pace. Let your heart rate come down just a little bit. Catch your breath. Think of this as a little working recovery, especially if you got your heart rate up really good. Just that slight tug and tension so we keep the upper body engaged. Nice job. Fifteen seconds left. You guys look amazing. And time. Beautiful. Okay, stick with that TheraBand. Our last minute is going to be light and dynamicy. So you're going to start to find little staggered stances. As you take those little staggered stances, you're going to pull apart at the chest. So up, same arm, same foot. As your foot goes back, pull that arm out, take it to the other side. We got 1 minute on the clock. Slow it down now so it feels like a nice cool down work. So we get a light bit of dynamic work, stepping through the feet, a little bit of work in the upper body, as much tension as you can stand. So as you pull apart, you do want to feel like your chest, your armpit chest muscles are doing the work for you, especially as you come back in. A nice controlled in. Don't let the TheraBand snap you back in. Come back in with control. You've got it. Nice job. Ten seconds left. Woo, and time. Lower your arms. Give your shoulders a little shrug. Give your feet a little twinkle. Take a second to just wiggle everything out. And then we're going to just take a nice big breath. Reach your arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, bend your knees, hinge from your waist, fold down towards your feet. Bend your knees a lot. Pull your abdominal muscles in. Roll all the way back up to standing. And then we'll do that one more time. Raise your arms up. Bend your knees, hinge from your waist, fold down towards your feet. Does not matter if you can touch your feet. Bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll your way back up. And now we're going to cross one foot over the other. So get a little crisscross of your legs, walk down nice and slow. Maybe pause at that midpoint. Ask yourself how it feels. Does it feel good to go a little bit further? Could you reach down towards your toes? Doesn't matter if you touch your toes, but can you just reach down? Hang nice and heavy. Take 3 nice deep breaths. All right, when you're ready, come up nice and slow and controlled. The leg that's in front, that's the arm that's going to reach up first. Take a little side bend. Lift up and out of that side bend. And now the other hand is going to take that side bend. And then once you found your side bend, open up just a little bit. Rotate your heart up towards the ceiling. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Release nice and slow and controlled. Uncross your legs and we're switching to the other side. Cross your legs, start to walk down, pause at that halfway point. Notice how it feels. If it feels good to do so, come back down a little bit further, maybe letting your arms hang heavy, reaching towards your toes. Nice. Come up nice and slow. Leg that's in front, that's the arm that's going to reach up first. Take your little side bend. Awesome. And then lift up and out. Now the leg that's behind, that arm's going to reach up. And then we add a little rotation. Rotate your heart upward towards the sky. Look up towards the sky if you can. Awesome. And then lift up and out nice and slow. Step your feet as wide as you can stand them to be. So good, nice width of the legs. And then take a big breath, reach your arms up. We're going to fold down towards the ground and we're going to walk it out like we're going to a down dog. So you're going to bring your hands down to the ground, keep your legs nice and wide, walk your arms forward, and then let your chest sink down. If you like, another option of a way to say it is to push back into your butt so you kind of reach through the upper body. All right, now loosen up that down dog situation with the top half of the body. Walk your hands in a little bit closer. And now we're gonna walk our hands through our legs. So walk towards the back end of your mat, through your legs. Take one more breath. Walk your hands back to that semi-neutral position. Toe heel your feet in so they're about hip width distance apart. Once you've got your feet about hip width distance apart, bend your knees one last time, pull your abdominal muscles in, nice and slow and steady, roll your way all the way up to a standing position, shrug out your shoulders. You guys are amazing. Grab your big stability ball if you're sticking around, and we will need our light hand weights.